Hey guys, good morning. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's 10 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I want to talk to Trump supporters right now. I want to talk to you guys that are convinced that there was some kind of massive countrywide trickery, chicanery going on here, some nefarious actions by the Democrats, because it had to be. Because look at all these rallies. Look at all the boat rallies. Look at all these trucks, the signs, the big trucks with the flags, the nonstop rallies for the last months and months, and all those thousands of people that turned out. And you ask yourselves, and look at who you call Sleepy Joe. Didn't even leave his basement. He didn't even go out there to didn't stump at all. How could this be? It's got to be cheating. Got to be, because, look at all the support for Donald Trump. I think I have an answer for you guys. All right. Back in 2016, there was some people that just fell for this Trumpism. And there's the people that didn't. And you were either one or the other. There was usually no gray area. So Trump had his base, right? His people that were dedicated to him. And okay, so then daily there were things that started popping up. Incidents. And most of you guys loved when he tweeted stuff that would terrify or just mortify the rest of us. You guys loved that, owning the libs. You called it fake news. And it seemed like he was invincible. He was another Teflon Don, He could get through anything. He could literally shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. It was all fake news, And I think I understand now what happened. Like I said, Trump had this finite base, but especially over the last year or two, especially with the COVID-19 virus too, that base, he has slowly hemorrhaged that base. And there's not new people joining in. Like I said, I believe that there was the initial people that either they loved him or they hated him. But there's very few that went from hating him to loving him. I don't believe that. I believe there was quite a few that went from loving him to not so much. And there's a million reasons every day. For example, if you look at here on YouTube, I believe it's called Republican Voters Against Donald Trump. It's a huge, or the Midas Touch, Lincoln Project. A lot of these are Republican voters that probably voted for Donald Trump. He has slowly hemorrhaged his base out over the last 4 years. There's hundreds of incidents, and each one of these incidents, most of you guys looked at it and called it, it's fake news, and you loved it. Deep down, you loved it when he did stupid stuff or misspelled things or put his foot in his mouth. And most of you guys loved it, and you thought this would go on forever. You could keep calling it fake news, blah, blah, blah. I don't hear it, I don't see it, and you guys loved it. But looking back now, there were people that did see it for what it was. He did have supporters that just bled out, that just had enough. Look at the military. There's, a lot of you guys, no way, never happened. Donald Trump loves the military. He hugs the flag. There's no way he said any of that. Even though Woodward's got a lot of this on tape. You guys still, I don't believe it. Nonsense, blah. A lot of the Trump, every day there were Trump supporters that did hear it, that did believe it, especially like the military, the stuff with the military. Take for instance at Black Lives Plaza, when it came out that he used tear gas to move aside nonviolent protesters, and that part with the Bible, holding the Bible up, just for that photo shoot. You don't think he lost all across the nation? How many Trump supporters just looked at that and said, that was it. That was a breaking point. That was the straw. That's what it was. Every day, there was just one more straw that broke the camel's back on just one Trump supporter after the next, after the next. Granted, there wasn't a lot. It was a slow bleed out, but that's what happened. And as more time went on, Trump put another nail in that coffin, dug the hole a little deeper. To make my point, just take the month of November. There's people that voted for him on November 2nd. Was it November 2nd or November 3rd? Whatever it was, November 2nd. That would not vote for him right now. There's people that did vote for him, that wanted him to win, but have seen the way he's acted over the last month. And this has been occurring month after month, year after year for the last 4 years. There's people that voted for him on election day. But over the last month, what has he done for America? Look at yesterday. 218,000 people newly infected just yesterday. Almost 3,000 dead. I think it broke down to one person every 30 seconds we're losing in America now to COVID-19. Doesn't even say a word. Hasn't even said a word about it. Nothing. The only thing he's talking about is himself and how he was wronged and how he's a victim. You tell me that there's not some of his base that just said, no, this is just too much. Look at this guy doesn't, in the last month, what's he done? What's he done for America? That's to make my point. This has been happening month after month. So what I'm saying here is Joe Biden didn't need to be the best candidate. Didn't need to be well, he is the best candidate, but he didn't need to be a super great candidate. He didn't need to be spectacular. He didn't need to go out and rally and do this stuff every day. And that's another point. There are people, a lot of people, there was Trump supporters that had common sense. Let's saw especially that this was another straw that broke the camel's back. Big moment when Donald Trump got COVID-19, when everybody around him got COVID-19. And then he goes back to the White House and pulls that mask off. You know how many supporters he probably lost during that period right there? People that were diehard MAGA fans that just looked at that and said, no, this is just ridiculous. This man's an idiot. And it just happened more and more. And that's why Joe Biden didn't need to come out of his garage. This is why you guys can't understand why Joe Biden won. Joe Biden won because Donald Trump beat himself. He buried himself. And it's obvious to the rest of us. He had a finite group of diehard base, Trump supporters, and I'll give him that. And they floated him through a lot of bull. They got him through a lot of stuff, a lot of nonsense, just pretending it was all fake news. But not all of them. Here and there, there was people that, it was the straw that broke the camel's back, just one after the other. Tens of people, hundreds of people, thousands of Trump supporters eventually. And he slowly bled out his base. And especially look at the last month. This is why I'm not all that much concerned about 2024. The way he has been demonstrating his true personality over the last month, I could guarantee that he's lost even more supporters just in the last month. I mean, who could possibly support what he's doing right now? What's he doing for America right now? Absolutely nothing. The COVID-19 thing, the only time he's talked about COVID-19 was when he made an appeal that you don't let Joe Biden take credit for that vaccine. I heard him say that. That's what he was concerned about, getting credit for the vaccine. Not the thousands of people that just died yesterday. Not the hundreds of thousands that got sick that came down with it yesterday. Nothing. Not a peep. He's out there golfing every day. Golfing and whining that he's a victim. Joe Biden did not need to beat Donald Trump. Donald Trump beat Donald Trump. That's the truth of it. There was no cheating. Didn't need to cheat. Donald Trump buried his own campaign. And he continues to do right now. All right, you guys have a good Friday.